This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed on CLNS. Today is Thursday, December 21st, 2017. This is Tom Dufton reporting for CLNS, the leading online provider of audiovisual coverage for the Boston Celtics. Last night, the Celtics hosted the Miami Heat in a game where the Celtics lost 90-89. According to the Celtics website, when Brad Stevens was asked about Kelly Olynyk's great game against Boston, Stevens said, quote, "He did what he's best at. I'm certainly happy for him. It was definitely at our expense. It's the second time in a week one of our former players came in here and just gave it to us." End quote. Stevens was also asked if he was worried about the team's offense, in which he said, quote, "I'm concerned about the way we stare at plays sometimes instead of move the ball to the other side of the floor, and I think when we do that, we're not a very good team." End quote. Marcus Smart also chimed in. ESPN's Chris Forsberg tweeted a video of an interview with Smart in which he said, quote, "Kelly kicked our butts. Jonas Jerebko kicked our butts. We let those guys do that. Like I said, if this isn't a wake-up call for us, I don't know what is." End quote. The Celtics will look to turn things around tonight against the New York Knicks. Jason Tatum is listed as questionable with the dislocation of the pinky he suffered in last night's game. Knicks star Kristaps Porzingis is expected to play today after injuring his knee. According to an interview in Newsday yesterday, Porzingis said, quote, "The knee is pretty much 100%. I don't see why I would not play tomorrow." End quote. According to the Knicks Twitter PR post, Tim Hardaway Jr. will not be playing against the Celtics due to his injury and no timetable has been offered. Lance Thomas will take his place in the lineup while Michael Beasley and Doug McDermott will get more time with the second unit. Listen up, hoop fans. Basketball season is back. And now that your favorite hardwood heroes have returned to action, it's time for you to put your fantasy knowledge to the test to win huge cash prizes every night playing one-day fantasy basketball at DraftKings.com. At DraftKings, there's so many ways to play. You can choose public contests with huge cash prizes, or private contests where you compete against your friends. They've even got beginner and casual contests where you play against people of similar skill level. And of course, the best part, you get to draft a brand new team each day. Huge cash prizes and bragging rights await only at DraftKings. Use code CLNS at DraftKings.com to play for free with your first deposit of your share of $10,000 in total prizes tonight. Don't wait, use code CLNS at DraftKings.com now to choose your lineup. That's code CLNS only at DraftKings.com, the game inside the game. Minimum $5 deposit required, eligibility restrictions apply, see DraftKings.com for details. In other NBA news, a Turkish prosecutor is calling for Knicks center Enes Kanter to be put in Turkey jail for up to 4 years for tweets that were critical of the president of Turkey. According to ESPN, Kanter said, quote, "My focus right now is just going out there, playing basketball, having fun with my teammates and winning, and just thinking about playoffs." End quote. Chris Paul left last night's game against the Lakers with an adductor strain. Paul has already missed 14 games this season. Last night, a video was put out by the Player Tribune showing Isaiah Thomas's reaction to the moment he learned he was traded. Thomas showed his frustration and sadness in the video at one point saying, quote, "Off the strength, after everything I went through, you're not supposed to do that." End quote. Until next time, follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media and subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed on both iTunes and Stitcher, as well as CLNS Media Network mobile podcast app. This has been Tom Dufton for the Boston Celtics newsfeed.